you can delay the Radiance Alchemist, the game doesn't look the same, and it really helps the Bloodseeker matchup. Like, he can cut through the Alchemist timings later, but it really helps if that Radiance is just slightly delayed.
The battle begins.
Not gonna quite get the catch on Boxy. Prepared there for that attempt from Tofu and Dyrachyo. Take out his ward, but not before Gaming Gladiators are able to get the D ward. Taken out by Celery.
Yeah, Dota is a mental game, so I still don't think it's about draft as much as it is about the whole thing, the whole picture. If Liquid outplay people, or outplay their lanes, I think that's their way into this bottom lane.
I'm gonna try for Insania. Blood grenade down onto him as well, Tofu.
He has another sticky bomb coming up.
I mean, if he hits it, should be a solid chance of getting the kill. Insania's got a Fairy Fire and Tango regen to play with. It's gonna connect. One more hit. Fairy Fire. He's gonna live with that as well. Insania back under the tower. No first blood to be had yet.
Very close. The good side for Liquid, I would say, for this laning phase.
Maybe Ace, in fact, in trouble. They've got the blood grenade down onto him. Mickey and Boxy, they're going to be able to chase the Underlord out of the lane, and they'll find it. First blood for Mickey.
That's exactly what they had to do. I was just about to mention the Doom matchup versus the IO out. It's one of the few lanes that you can kind of 1v2, or you can also decide to pull the lane yourself. IO can't really do much against it. So I really like what Boxy did there. Looking at bottom, now takes the Twin Gate back to top. But I think we're going to see Boxy back down here.
Sure.
A couple minutes. Yeah, I think that's the place down.
We've seen sort of how mobile Boxy's been in the previous games, mainly sort of between that top lane or the side lane and the mid lane. Maybe indeed just more focus on the side lanes in particular. Dyrachyo, a concoction out. The harassment from Boxy, already bringing Dyrachyo down low. We'll see how well Stain of Celery will be in terms of keeping Dyrachyo fine to farm in this lane if Boxy sticks around with Zai.
So Leshrac, one of the most popular heroes of the last patch. We have much of it since the bottom. No, we haven't seen too much of it in the new patch. Few, I want to say maybe it was just a one from where they ended up losing. But this time around, Nisha playing against Quinn Leshrac with a Wind Ranger. It's a hero that can also, kill or match the 1v1.
Bottom. Okay, he's able to connect with the Blood Ride, chase down Tofu. These two picking up the kills here, Mickey and Insania. A good start secured here for the Bloodseeker.
Very nice. I think it's very related to how they started out the lane. Skyra didn't start bottom. I don't think this kill would have happened either.
These early moves meaning everything in terms of getting the momentum going. See now, Tofu back to the lane. Okay, this start feeling strong, and any time that he has got Insania by his side, almost certainly able to have opportunities to turn it around. So Tofu's got to be careful how he commits with any blast-off attempts.
I'm interested to see the Ace. He looks like he's going for the Vanguard. He's not opting for the boots, and it's probably because he's not playing against one of those massive lane dominators or heroes with the stronger passive for zoning. I think once you get the Vanguard, it does make you kind of unkillable for a while.
Yep.
The Wind Ranger also suffers a lot against these early Vanguard pickups until you get a Maelstrom. So no real easy kills or easy ganks.
For sure, and I think just sort of not going the Soul Ring or the Mana Boots build, because at the end of the day, any sort of harassment you throw the way of Mickey, he's going to be able to sustain through with the points in that thirst.
Yep. The one thing that Gaming Gladiator relies on this game, I think, is the Alchemist getting the blink stun off. Because without that, you're left with the Techies, Underlord, Lesh. It's not bad, but it's also something that's kiteable or something you can force staff around. I think if I'm Liquid supports, I'm really looking at the Glimmer Capes and the force staffs for this game.
Win. Playing it nicely here.
Lane,
the way that he held on
behind.
Nishas. Look at the shackle off. Wimrun as well. He'll be able to kite this out. Boxy also turns up, so Quinn won't be able to push forward to take down Nisha. Nisha will have to take the walk back to base though.
Yep. No water rune for you. He's probably looking at this creep wave and hoping that it's not going to be missing too much. I don't think he will.
Okay, was trying to see if they could
Radiant
to chase Ace down.
Trying to connect the waves.
Too quick, and Tofu was able to slow him down a bit there, getting the bomb out on the Bloodseeker.
A tithe to the impurities.
Well, with the CS in this thing. Going to be pretty close. 17 for 6 against the 17 for 4 between the kit.
Yeah, mid lane. It's a lot of pressure already for Liquid. Top lane, side,
for this kill.
a bit low.
They're throwing down the blood grenade. They're going to full commit here to see if they can take the Doom down, but backups inbound from Boxy.
Yeah, before this Vanguard, Alchemist in the last patch would not be able to do this, but in this patch, you're a threat. Even though IO doesn't add much to the go, just the acid and the stun is enough to threaten Sai's ability to stay.
Getting just excellent farm so far, Duracho in this lane. Top CS right now is the Alchemist. Mid lane matchup, even with that sort of way that they were able to bully Nisha out of the lane earlier, he's still keeping it close. 23 for 6 against this 19 for 7.
And that's also going to come down to the level 6 timing. If Quinn manages to get 6 at a good time, it also allows for a lot more kill opportunity and rotations to happen mid. But until then, Boxy, I think he's contemplating the twin gate.
Bottom lane. It's going to be another one here for Mickey and Insania. 2-0-1 already for the safe lane Bloodseeker. Mickey already with the phase boots done. A rather terrifying lane to return to.
That's a huge kill. I think if they kill the Underlord again after TP is down, just before the Vanguard, it's massive if they manage to. But they might be getting distracted by the 6-minute rune.
On top, we're going to see another attempt for Duracho and Celery onto Zai. Good body blocks here from Duracho, keeping him, Zai sort of held in the acid spray. Zai trying his best to walk this one up, but there's no escape.
Wow.
Nice play from the Alp.
Bottom rune.
Trying to make the jump on Insania, but Insania's got the back up of Boxy. Ace swinging around from the side. Nietzsche wants to get involved with the fun to get the Ancient Seal. Get the pullback, that's going to set up for the 2-man shackle shot, but the heals are there. Celery tethers across, keeps Quinn alive. Now they'll be able to look to chase down Boxy. Insania is finished off by the final bomb there from Tofu. Boxy manages to escape. Gaming Gladiators taking these kills around the mid, and Quinn, it's a little too tough to take down. Celery each and every time making sure he's within arm's reach to jump in with the tether and provide that little bit of sustenance at this point that stops Liquid from getting these kills on Quinn.
Yep, got the Vanguard up on Ace and on Zai. So now I think some lane kills are way less likely to have happened. But I say that, no, you can kind of see what's going on bottom. 5-6 right clicks on Ace, and nothing's going.
Yes, doing nothing. Ace is going to feel super safe now, even when he is on his own.
Now we're looking at the Alchemist, taking suicides.
Yeah, let's go for the mana refuel.
Celery, he's going for the steal.
Insania is here. I mean, but yeah, you can see very much from Mickey. He doesn't want to sort of spend time away from the creep wave trying for Ace, not at least until he's got the Rupture online.
That's a very important wisdom rune for Io to get. He enjoys.
I mean, waste of time is Sai. He says Sai's not going to bother. He knows that someone's already headed over and picked it up.
Yeah. I think the supports from Liquid are stressing out a bit. They don't really know where to put themselves. Like losing that ball 3v3 at the rune. It hurts a lot. Like this, the things that push you behind. These are the things that are going to give them level 6 before you. Having a proximity mine or relocate before you get your Lich ulti or Skyrad ulti, it's a really big deal for the mid game.
So, you know, once again, Duracho now in this area of the map that's really hard for Liquid to get their way over towards, especially with this ward coverage from Gaming Gladiators. They're going to know
such a good ward.
Movement.
It's such a good ward. Wow, so much information. Duracho, he knew.
But this area just gets even harder for Liquid to try and make moves happen.
Yeah, and they're trying to use this Vanguard to get this kill or get this opening into a potential tower push. But yeah, the warding game means that for Gaming Gladiator. Oh, Nisha?
Sofa's going to open up onto him. And at least just holding Nisha back so Quinn can grab the rune. We'll get caught by the shackle, but again at this point, just not enough damage from the Wind Ranger to finish off the kill. Nisha won't be able to commit for Tofu, and Quinn with the invis, he's perfectly fine. Liquid coming with the supports, but they still can't get these kills mid.
These small battles, they really hurt. Top lane, not much is going to happen, but yeah, still, I see this Alchemist cutting halfway through a Vanguard Doom's HP pool, and strong. Very strong hero, this Alchemist.
I mean, as you say, sort of the difficulties for Liquid supports into what they look to do right now. I mean, what do you think is their best bet in terms of moves that they can against Gaming Gladiators? They were looking at the right, I think, in my opinion. Looking at this Alchemist, trying to delay this Radiance, trying to delay the Relic. Every minute you save yourself and
allowing the Bloodseeker to get closer and closer to a point where he can also cut through. Later timings, that's what you really want to do, but you know, you have two teams fighting it out, so they're not just going to let it happen. And yeah, I would say Liquid feeling the pressure. They should be. They're making a smoke again towards the Alchemist area.
Yeah, it's just such a nice area to farm as the Alchemist. Those two camps and the six kind of constant stack after stack that they're able to create.
But Ace now, he's going to get his yeah, he takes the Fiend's Gate, so he's also ready to connect if anything happens.
Very, very hard for Liquid to make these moves that they need to. Don't find anyone with that smoke up into the jungle either. You know,
no wards on Insania.
Quinn happily paired up with Celerin, as you say, you know, you make a move top, Underlord's going to be coming over, you make a move bottom, Underlord, he's going to be bringing in the backup from the rest of the team. Yeah,
I just imagine rupturing the Underlord and he drops a Fiend's Gate down. I don't know if you can commit as Liquid, like, unless you have a Lich ulti or something to kind of counterplay the 4-man Fiend's Gate, you must be really worried, like, you must be thinking that we're going to be dragged into a 5v5 that we're not able to win. Regen Rune, very good for Quinn not to get. Decent pickup for the Wind Ranger, but doesn't really help you get the kills.
Liquid, yeah, the three of them really, Nisha, Insania and Boxy, they're just running up and down the map, not finding any opportunities at all, and every passing moment that the farm for Dyrachyo just continues to grow. This is one of those out starts that's going to be hitting some great timings.
Game of cat and mouse, Liquid not being able to find a play that directly allows them to pressure. Like, if you don't show up here, we're going to take your tower. So yeah, I think they're wondering themselves, what do we do? Where do we put ourselves? Are we happy with what's going to happen soon in the mid game with the out farming away? I think they're not, but at the same time, they might be able to miraculously kill him with the power of the Wind Ranger and the Bloodseeker. Nisha not going for the Maelstrom first.
Top lane, they're going to try for the setup onto Zai. They're going to bring in the Kate as well. There's extra numbers. Quinn turns up. Now look to go in straight away. Time will turn. Drop the doom down on the Celery. But Zai's gone.
Regeneration.
Celery, he'll be fine. He can wait out the doom. He'll survive.
Mid lane.
Maybe on the way back they get him. Okay, they do. He's back over the relocate over towards mid. Liquid at least able to clean up Celery on the return. It's something.
Lance of Pursuit. Attacking enemies from behind slows them and deals extra damage. That has to also be such a good Wind Ranger item. Once you get the focus fire, it's like a cheap, what's it called? Cheap Maelstrom kind of thing. Magic damage to cut through Quinn top. He's not gonna get caught. Maybe.
They've got ways to cancel it. Sinister Gaze, Ancient Seal coming in as well. Quinn, he's gonna be very dead. Ends up caught in the corner with no way out.
You take that if you're Liquid. Not the main kill that you want. Alchemist just picks up his Radiance. But a Lich kill is a Lich kill. Nonetheless.
Is under attack.
Quinn, I think, not quite ready for the amount of heroes they're bringing in over there. TP's out, not going to work most of the time. Decent ways to stop it.
I like what Nisha is doing. I think the Atos is a good play. Playing around the long range stun, playing around the Atos on the Io and on the Lesh. I like it more than the Maelstrom. You're going to rely on your team to deal more damage, but you have a Lich, you have a Skyrad, you have a Bloodseeker with the Maelstrom, so to me, yeah, smart choice. Let's see if it works.
One more push forward and they should be able to take this tower down.
This is Team Liquid's 35th game of the Berlin Major, tying the record for the most games at the Major, along with BCG.
Radiant's
Major BCG game and the Kiev Major.
So if they're able to push it to game 5, we'll see Liquid setting records. The tower taken down, Quinn.
Dire's top
unable to defend it here with the help of the two supports. And Liquid able to pressure an early objective.
Yeah, the mid tower is good. I think it's very important. This is how you can cut your path to get to these alchemists, even the top area. Like getting every tier 1 tower does help you move around the map and limits it for the enemy. But this turns into something else later, then yeah, we knew that the mid tower might have had something to do with it.
This top lane, you know, Dyrachyo just getting so much. Something that we sort of saw before, even when Liquid get kind of these early towers, as long as Gaming Gladiators have Dyrachyo in a safe spot where the Liquid can't reach him, they're feeling pretty good about this stage of the game.
I think Gaming Gladiators is quite happy. They're farming up on all 3 cores. Nothing is stopping any of them. Nothing is threatening any of them. And yeah, I have a feeling that they're just reading the map and reading the movement from Liquid, and Liquid's not being able to land these smokes and get these deep wards to stick.
A real test will be how much power Mickey can bring, because he
Got the Atos and Nisha. They're looking now. They want to take this area from them.
Yeah, sort of that, but between that and the fact that the BKB is just about a recipe around the corner for Mickey. Liquid, they will have that timing where they're going to have to try and make these moves with their, both of their cores involved. And then will be the real risk, whether it pays off or not. Because if they don't find the action then they're going to start falling really
Hoping
behind.
for something good. That's pretty good. They really want to find the Alchemist, something that forces the fight. Like if it's not the Alchemist, I think it's the Leshrac, but Alch is definitely the best go.
They've got a chance here.
They see him.
At the same time, I think for this backup will be coming.
So looking at the other side.
Dire's top tower is under
Division.
attack.
Actually, just showing. I think they must be feeling like they have to go on this.
At the same time, they probably feel that maybe it's some sort of a trap.
Of course, it's a trap. I mean, Gaming Gladiators is looking to respond, but I think this is the fight that Liquid want. It's not going to get easier when Alchemist gets BKB. I think that's when you kind of lose one of your timings.
They're bringing Boxy over as well.
Tower has fallen.
They have to find something here, Liquid.
Nisha looking.
Radiant's
They're already
bottom
aware with the
tower
mines
is
laid
under
down.
attack.
Tofu, he knows that they're coming for Dyrachyo, and Dyrachyo's able to back off. Liquid not able to find that jump on him yet again. Dyrachyo remains safe.
Cat and mouse, cat and mouse. You see a line being drawn from Boxy across the map. I think he's trying to predict the Alchemist movement. They don't really want to run into the Underlord, but I think they feel like they have to shrink the map and find this important hero. Because if they don't find an important hero, no fight's going to happen.
I mean, they're really going for it, Liquid. They're starting to reach around beyond the tier 2 tower. They'll get eyes on Tofu. They'll drop a Mystic Flare, but the heals are coming in from Celery. It's actually not going to be enough to kill Tofu off. Tofu's perfectly fine. Zai dropped the Doom down onto Quinn, but they keep their distance, and Quinn is even considering getting in on this. Chain thrown out. Mickey trying to focus down Ace, but he has to back off now with the damage still coming out from Quinn. They've already lost the 2 supports here with the cores. They've got to run. There's no fight left to be had. As Liquid, they'll escape with the 3 of them. The relocate for Celery, not quite enough to allow Quinn to close the gap on Nisha. The struggles are being shown here. Liquid, they just cannot force these fights. They're not getting away with it. Gaming Gladiators very casually able to respond and just force Liquid back.
Quinn is really feeling himself. When you go see the replay, you see that the Bloodstone is picked up just before this fight, and he clicks it just before the Doom happens, runs in, forces Nisha to back off, forces Mika to back off, even though you know you're a Doom target. This is why the hero has been known, like it's not just this patch, but every patch, to be a hero that works versus Doom, but especially now.
How many did you say what Quinn, he just doesn't care?
Yeah, runs in, Bloodstone still going, healing up mana, healing up HP. You see Mika wants to finish up Ace. You can actually cut through him, but yeah.
Back in action. He'll set up the block right onto the 3 of them, and Mickey, he's just got the BKB picked up. He's going to pop it, commit for Celery. He's going to be able to get him, he backs off it. God, Celery's still alive. Mickey finally... Popper has to spend quite an extra bit of time chasing him down. They get Celery, but again, the trade, it doesn't feel good for Liquid. They've lost 2. The start, Dyrachyo cooking up a concoction. They're ready to dive into the tier 1 and look for more winning, pumping out the damage. Zai, he'll go down. As Gaming Gladiators, 4K lead for them here. As Liquid, they just cannot fight them at this point of the game. And now Gaming Gladiators, they're bringing the fight to Liquid.
So small things, but yeah, you expend the BKB and Bloodseeker just to kill off the IO. It's really not what you want, and I think they missed their window to go on the Alch. With the BKB, it's really unrealistic to kill him. You have an IO sitting behind with mech, you have the Underlord reducing damage and giving a pipe aura. I think they have to take a different approach to the fights right now. I don't know if it's killing the Leshrac, but if he has Bloodstone ready and you're not able to somehow stop it, I mean, you can't purge it, so I don't know how. If maybe you doom him before he gets it off and you're able to just blow him up and control the IO so he doesn't get the reload off. But yeah, the amount of damage that Liquid can output doesn't match what Gaming Gladiators can do for healing. If all the spells are clicked, if all the buttons are happening correctly, you're going to need more. You're going to need the Wind Ranger and the Bloodseeker to get even fatter.
Oh, you really are. And they'll get the setup here. He's out with the 4-star. They've got the follow route with the run of Ace, but Celery's in with the heals. The Jackal shot will connect. But Celery's here to back up Ace as well. The ult's going to get thrown out. Let's focus fire. They'll take Tofu down. But not without a cost themselves, as once again they'll lose Insania in turn.
Yeah, I mean, again, any scenario that doesn't involve Alchemists getting pressured or dying, I think is still making you feel stressed out. Oh, Celery reloads for the DD steal. I actually think that's a pretty big deal. It's like this damage that the Wind Ranger really needs to have a chance. They're picking the reload. Thinking about running in here.
It's just incredibly hard. So I mean, already TP's coming in from Dyrachyo. Gaming Gladiators, they're more than happy to set up once again for the fight. There's sort of 3 core items done at a great timing from Dyrachyo. The Blink, BKB, Radiance, all online for the Alchemist.
You can tell the presence from Quinn. He knew. Knows.
Aura's getting out as well from Aces. White and Crimson.
Nisha.
Gonna start things off aggressively. Finsgate coming in as well to try and catch Liquid off from the back lines. Ace is in. Dyrachyo pops the BKB in the Chemical Rage. Cleans up Insania. Gaming Gladiators who can catch more. They get the root down towards Nisha. Concoction ready to come out as well. Nisha will try and run away, but he's caught in the high ground. Quinn lands the stun. They just cannot fight them. They're trying to run, but Dyrachyo blinks forward. Quinn finishes off the kill with another round of lightning.
That was a nice Hurricane attempt. Ends up just not being over the cliff. They're still hunting. I mean, he's about to show him the ward. If he goes any further left, I think he's gonna die.
Dire are scanning.
they really want to find him. But
Radiant's middle tower.
He's gonna walk into them, Zai. TP's are starting to come in. We'll see if Zai can live long enough to do anything. He'll drop down the Doom, but the Taylor's already there on towards the ledge, as well as the Bloodstone part to Zai. He'll die. Boxy caught down on the low ground. The Chain Frost will get thrown out. Midgate committing him with the BKB, looking towards Celery. Celery pops the one. He's healing up, and Midgate, he has to back off. The BKB comes to an end. He's the last one left surviving for now on Liquid Dyrachyo. He'll have Blink up in a few seconds.
Oh my god.
Just coming out. They're surrounding Midgate. Midgate's taken out.
There's no damage. There's no way to deal damage anymore. This Crimson, Pipe, and IO, I don't know. You need to play the map, I think. That's the only way forward for Liquid. They have to somehow split the Gladiators up and find them without being ready, find them being disconnected. It's easier said than done when you have the Fiend's-Gate ability. Yeah. This is quite the Crimson game. This is quite the Crimson game.
I mean, just how do they find the damage against these heroes? It seems impossible, even in this position. I mean, once again, Zai feeling forced to drop down the Doom, but Quinn really doesn't care. He does not care at all. It feels like Liquid, they're just throwing out spells now, hoping for the best. And against Gaming Gladiators, it's just unlikely to cut it. They're falling further and further behind. Back in action, Gaming Gladiators, they'll step into the pit. They'll be able to get this Roche without Liquid doing anything.
It's a new Dota game. Seeker clicks BKB, but he's still tanking AoE spells he would normally be tanking, so it does force you back quicker, and it does make you more susceptible to death. Even though normally with back and body immortal. No longer the case.
And now Quinn, on top of having the Bloodstone and the backup of an IO, he's got the Aegis on top of it all.
It's rough. That's really rough. Vampire Fangs also picked up Spell Lifesteal with the Overcharge, which is additional spell amplification.
A tie to the impurities.
Quinn is another signature hero of his, and he's showing off.
Invisibility!
And a beautiful time. I think it was sort of back in the DPC on the previous patch where they were running this Lesh IO. It got to the point where they were just able to get it. But here on this new patch and in this grand finals, they get it once more, and they are having so much running along the map. Zai's found in the mid. There's just no hiding if you're Liquid.
Bottom lane.
So many ways to set things up. Dyrachyo's able to get the concoction off. It's another one for Gaming Gladiators, 17-7.
The map feels so small for Liquid. They keep getting found. They keep getting gone on all these deep wards from Gaming Gladiators. There's nowhere to go. There's no camps to farm. And every time you give up a hero kill, you really feel the pressure amount. Like this trade that's happening top is pointless compared to what Gaming Gladiators is able to achieve bottom in terms of net worth, XP, and map. Now they're going to be knocking on the high ground.
Oh, they are. They're taking whatever they want right now, Gaming Gladiators. They'll settle for getting the tier 2s first. Quinn down towards the bottom with the bots. Push going there.
First things first, but we still have a whopping 3 minutes 40 seconds left on this Aegis. I don't know what to do if you're Liquid. Like I think you try to push the top and you hope Gladiators kind of mess up.
Top tower is under attack.
You're playing against really low and
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It gets still cooldown, but I don't know where to go and how to split them up where they can't outnumber you, or you can't find the numbers
Radiant's
on them.
bottom tower is
22 minutes in, and Gaming Gladiators looking at the base of Liquid. When they can find Zai, able to get the next pickup done. He's got a full Spirit Vessel. Of course, no charges right now.
Let's see if we can split the tether with the Hurricane and maybe set them up for an awkward position. Make them go deeper into the base. Bait them.
I mean, Duracho's cooking up a stun. He's going to be ready to jump in on this. He's going to go in. Oh, what's happening? He ends up stunning him now. Seal Mystic Blood from He's dead. The Shackle Shrimp's there. Big Cat. Going to go straight towards Celery. Now time to take it over. Quick, gets the beacon with the Bloodstone up. He's healing up. Quick. The Bloodstone surviving. Running down. Foxy. Towards the sky. He's going to start diving into the base. Foxy goes down. Makes the buybacks, Quinn. Gonna start running.
All right.
Liquid. There. Mickey's a little low himself. Zai goes for the inverted.
Big shackle
Shot. Power shot as well to the two of them, but Mickey's got to be careful.
They can't go in.
He's still too dangerous to get close to him. Tofu. He just gets in on a Foxy. Falling low a second time around this fight. Quinn still alive. Even if they get in the ones, he's still got this age. His Foxy will fall. They cannot kill Quinn even the once hit.
Oh my god, the spell life steal is so high.
And try again, Bloodbright's laid down, but nothing to sort of set Quinn up in the middle of it all. He's still alive, he doesn't even need his art right now. Celery's going to be back in the game pretty soon. Ace laying down the Fiend's Gate to bring the backups back in. As they're keeping this going gaming gladiators.
Coming through with a high five.
4 versus 5 hit. Liquid, I mean 4 versus 6 if you count the 2 lives that Quinn's got to play with. The bottom racks are gone. Liquid unable to do anything to stop Gaming Gladiators. Catch on Duracho. BKB Chemical Rage is beating into Zai. Is there any safety for Zai? There's not. Zai's out. No buyback for him. It's down to the final 3 here for Liquid as they're getting dove under the tier 4. Nisha holds them back with a shackle shot, but Tofu in with the blast off. Duracho jumps for concoction down. Nisha burning down like the fountain. Will he keep him alive as he backs up his tongue? Trying to get him down. Celebrating the tester with a step from Nisha has to heal up again. He's getting low to the Firestorm of Ace.
They just can't get close to them. They keep having to go back and heal. All this AoE damage from Quinn and Acid Spray and Radiance, it means that they can't get in.
Trying to chase them out. Ace. Zingar ready to pop up again. 20 seconds until Pipe's back up. They know how strong they are as a unit here, Gaming Gladiators. They will back off, give Liquid a bit of breathing room, but the damage certainly been done.
Reload back, get the full mana going, maybe pick up some items.
Shiva's Guard closing up around the gap next there for Quinn.
Yeah, you see Zai, he opts for a different build on Doom. He's probably feeling, you know, the pressure of the sustainability and the region that is so immense on them that he went for Vessel. It's a fair attempt, but to be fair, you have the spell. You have the spell on the Arc through the ulti.
Sanya. They get run out McQuinn, they get the shackle on Celery. They're going to try and bring the iron down first. Crimson Guard's not going to save Celery. Celery goes down. Picks out back towards Mickey. They're going to try and get Mickey out and center this fight. Wants the beacon, he's back on the chain. Frost is there, bouncing on the Duracho. The vessel's down at point of his one. And they go with Nisha. The way they reach one, they're taking down Duracho. Nisha getting low in Doom. Dropped down from Zai. Ace.
Oh, Hurricane!
Bloodseeker Mickey trying to kill Tofu off. He cannot do it. Again, Quinn just running whoever he wants. They'll hold him back with the goal. Right there, Side. He's caught on the front of it all as they start. And then the stone connects from Quinn.
They're out for buyback.
He's going down. He's out for 45.
Your desolation.
Oh, they want to end it here.
That they can.
That's a confident buyback.
They know there's no Doom.
I don't know what to call this Leshrac. This is not a normal Leshrac. This is what they call Demon Goat.
I mean, they cannot touch him. Quinn just invincible throughout all these fights. He's going to more so with the Shiva's Guard coming out next towards him. As they're back on, looking for a second set of racks hit. Liquid, they've got to try and do this 4 versus 5 if they want to slow down this push. Get Gladiators, they take the range barracks, they're onto the melee.
This barrack will hurt, but at least on the right side, all the damage that could come out. If the rat, I mean, maybe he will want to jump in and self-stun again, but whatever it is, if they get the scenario where they can just get the hits in with the Wind Ranger and the Bloodseeker, they do have damage to cut through. And yeah, I really like Size Doom on the Underlord there. I think it was better
Radiant's middle
choice.
tower is
Dooming the
under
Leshrac
attack.
with it wouldn't really make sense. You just have to kind of run around him, but yeah, it's still a huge problem. Or I don't really know how to address the Leshrac other than, yeah, ignore him and hope for the best. Potentially they can kill him. I mean, maybe if they blow everything on him and the IO doesn't get the reload off,
Radiant's top tower is
maybe
under
there's a way.
attack.
Trying towards the next items, Liquid. Mickey, he's going to be going for this Aghanims build, hoping to just sort of add to his potential to just survive through these long fights with the
Radiant's
Blood
top
Mist. And if he
tower
gets in and
is
if they start to get that opening kill, as you say, if they are able to lay down the burst, take out one of the heroes, Mickey gets the final touch, there is the potential that he's going to be healing up, building up this barrier above him, and he could maybe get to the point where he himself is hard to kill off.
I think it was Techies playing it earlier in the tournament, where you got to see the action and Bloodseeker really do some work. It's interesting now after the change. It's a lot better than the previous one. The previous one was
Pretty bad.
it's really bad. But yeah, this is the kind of item you really wish you could get for free from a Roshan, but when a game looks like this, you're gonna buy anything you can just for the opportunity to survive the next fight.
Should have a chance of getting it in time. Just 400 gold off getting that completed, Mickey.
I also think the Shivas, if Sai can somehow manage to get Shivas before the next big...
Sure.
It's all about this region. Bloodstone, IO, Alchemist. If you find things that later on with the Skadi and the Shivas, I can see how they can scale into them. They're down to racks, but you know, people have won harder games.
Yeah, Liquid doing everything they can to hold on. I think we saw last fight as well, some impact coming out from Zai with that Vessel, just able to put a limit to some of the healing coming out on heroes like Durachio's Alchemist in the midst of it all. You know, a well-placed charge could be the difference between there for some gaming gladiator. Zai's able to follow up on that boom.
Yep. Almost Ursa finished on Boxy. I think this is a good way to reset the fight and go back in for a turnaround. You can bait the Doom. Once you get it, Gaming Gladiators might be overconfident. But the wards from Gaming Gladiators this game, most of them have stuck and they have been very deadly. They have caught a lot of this information that Liquid are praying that they don't have.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Liquid, I mean,
attack.
right now, are you sort of just waiting for Gaming Gladiators to come to you again? Or can you try and look for this fight whilst that buyback for Durachio's on cooldown? See if you can punish that from the out.
It's very hard to make the first go as Liquid. I wanna say that you kind of deaf and you hope for Gaming Gladiators to make a mistake, like Durachio jumping in and self-stunning, or Quinn breaking the tether. These small things that, I don't know, bait them in, make them make some mistakes, and then you have to turn around and take it, because if you're going to smoke yourself and go on the offensive, I think that's actually the hardest fight. Like, hardest fight. It's harder than the alternative of waiting for Gaming Gladiators to mess up a bit, and I think you need that.
Dire are scanning.
But they are going to smoke up.
Yeah, with this one, we see on the damage dealt, of course, crazy numbers coming out from Quinn with how he's just been able to survive throughout all of the chaos in these team fights.
I mean, it's about the Roche. I like what Liquid are doing, as in, I don't think you can beat it. If you're going to play against Aegis and Cheese on an IO, I think you might as well call it. So a good way for Liquid to maybe come back is, play on your buybacks, or let Gaming Gladiators start on the Roche and somehow smoke your way in there when it's about to die, and then take the fight, get the steal, and kill all the heroes. Maybe it's easier said than done, but I think you need something like this. There's the smoke. Now you need Gaming Gladiators to start the Roche, but sadly it's not for another minute. The net worth of your 20,000 in 30 minutes is 11th richest Leshrac ever on a land by this time.
He's having a beautiful time there, Quinn. He's had some great games throughout this whole run and in this finals as well.
Yeah.
From his puck to his Lesh, bringing out the classics and just showing how unstoppable he is when he gets his hands on these heroes.
1,000 gold from the Shivas. Oh, they see Nisha.
So if he wants to start it, he's not going to get the jump. In fact, he's going to get grabbed himself. The town vicinity again. Dracio's in with the BKB, looks to one side. He's going to get forced down the side. Chain from, put up by Insania. BK, he's trying to go towards Quinn and Durachio. They've got the two dropped out of again on Gaming Gladiators. Ancient Silver Boxy throwing the way of Quinn. Nisha, he's got the follow damage, bringing Quinn down low. Quinn, he's healing up. The shadow's there. The pushback, Nisha turns to the power shot, but Quinn is still alive. If they cannot kill this lightning pony, as Quinn survives, takes out another beyond godlike Quinn, runs down Insania. Another kill here for the Quinn and Tofu as Liquid. They're on the verge of getting team wiped. Boxy, the last one left here.
Oh, it was
As
so
a try
close.
run, but the Fiend's Gate's going to get let down. It's a cut him off. Firestorm's there, Boxy.
Oh,
He'll live, but everybody else goes down. And
was
they got
so
close.
oh,
So
Nisha.
close to getting him, but they couldn't quite do it again, No Tail. Quinn survives.
Oh my god, this is a Quinn show, but Nisha so close. I think he focus fires the IO, but I don't think it mattered. He could have had it for the Lesh, and that might have made a difference.
We'll see it again here.
Could have been the makings of a comeback.
Came in with the initial tether celery to try and protect the Ratcho. Was nearly able to
He's
do so.
focus
Mickey
firing
getting
the
the kill
IO.
in the last moment.
Maybe the IO doesn't die without the focus fire, but just not enough for the Leshrac. It was so close.
Quinn just continuing to get so much out of these fights. The Shiva's done on top of the BKB. He can now look to go back for the aggressive route, get the Hex done. He's also going to have an Arcane Rune in the bowl for the next fight.
Quinn. What a performance. Whole series.
21k lead here. And last few fights, you know, they're showing they can bring down Doratio, Liquid.
They have the damage. They have these cut-through heroes. The Bloodseeker has the shard as well. Pure damage. You know, you don't care about the armor. You don't care about
Radiant are scanning.
AC, Shivas, and all these things. Like, if you get to hit, chances are that you'll be able to. And the same thing goes for the Wind Ranger. But yeah, there's a lot of buts. There's a lot of ifs.
Okay, doing a good job to try and just build up this barrier before the team fight. And start off with this incredible amount of HP. Anything you could do to just try and stay alive long enough to threaten Quinn. Zai, generally the one that gets focused first. He'll try and push himself to the side direction with a two-man stand. The jump off with the blast up and down, but it's huge! As Liquid gets destroyed off the back of that jump there from Tofu and Doratio. Mickey pops the BKB, but Quinn is able to take him down. They'll run downside. They get the team wipe yet again.
Wow, what a Techies stun.
And they'll call it GG. It's called Gaming Gladiators once again. They'll take the title here. 3-1 against Team Liquid. I mean, No Tail, they just can't be stopped.
No, that was a showing. That was such an incredible showing by Gaming Gladiators. And Quinn, I mean, the